Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. You know, as I coach a lot of people, one of the things I started to realize was sometimes with a couple, you'll see where one person is really excited about it and their spouse not so much. And you kind of wonder why that happens. And some of it may be because the spouse isn't tech savvy, so to speak. But some of it is because maybe their spouse has talked about doing big business stuff before, or tried numerous things, and it didn't work out for them. So with all that being said, what I want to address on this episode is to be able to tell you, if you have a spouse that maybe doesn't feel like they're on your team quite as much as they should be, for lack of a better term, maybe on the negative side, one of the things you want to do is sit down and explain to them what you see and why you're trying to build an online business and the reason you're making the adjustments that you're making. Now, back years ago, the first thing I ever did, I got into the Amway business. And it doesn't matter what your opinion is of that business or Mary Kay or whatever the network marketing thing is. Well, I was 22 years old at the time, and I thought I was going to be rich overnight, and I told everybody about it. Well, it didn't quite work out that way. First of all, I wasn't mature enough to run that kind of business. I didn't know how to do it. Now I could do that sort of thing. I have that kind of education. But what it comes down to is this. Maybe the reason your spouse feels that way is because you've made some other promises that didn't quite work out the way you planned. Here's how you handle that. Be open and honest about everything, because as people are together for a few years and things move forward, you start to get into a comfort level of the way your lifestyle is going to be, and nobody likes change. Well, what you're doing now to build your online business is going to take some change. It's going to take some effort. So what I want you to do is talk to your spouse about the dream that they want first. Remember how I had you build a dream board? What would they like to see happen out of the first money you make? I mean, do they want to take $1,000 and take the family somewhere for a weekend? You want to put their dream in front of them and let them know that's why you're working to build this. And that should help with getting them on your team. Now, you can't drag your feet. You're going to have to put the work in. But if you're in that situation, I understand what's going on, and I've coached a lot of people that have dealt with that, and you can overcome it. You just have to be open with each other, and you have to admit the mistakes you made in the past and be able to move forward from it. Everybody gets better every day as long as they're making a conscious effort to do so. And that's the effort we're making here. That's the stuff I'm teaching you on these podcasts. Well, that's everything I have for today. I'll see you on the next episode of the Money Wheel.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.